people,
Oh yeah, that would be super
and
entertaining.
then make them not. They can't Google anything because I could have Googled that pretty fast.
Of course, yeah. The only other running back to take snaps for them that year was Sean Drawn. You remember Sean Drawn?
Could not spell his last name.
Man.
I'm not sure he can spell somewhere. Dexter McCluskey.
Dexter McCluster was on that team.
McCluskey.
Right, yeah,
I think
return specialist.
I think I named somebody from Young Guns.
Dexter McCluster had 522 yards from scrimmage that year. How many of them were? What percentage of those were by kick returns? Yeah, what percentage of those 522?
Like 98.
It's about 85% of them were kick returns.
They give him some runs. I didn't remember if they threw it to him
he
a
did
little.
some runs. Yeah, he had 70 yards rushing. Yeah.
We are talking about the 2012 Chiefs because that's what we do when we're not in the air. Well, we were kind of exploring Alex Smith's storied career, and I had forgotten that Nick Foles backed him up in a 12-4 season.
Yeah, wow. How about that?
It was very Marvin Lewis-esque in those years where they would go to the playoffs and lose right away to the Steelers or somebody. So Chargers are having a meeting with Anthony Lynn to give him.
We were just talking about this off the air. Were we? We weren't live, were we?
No. We were not. We were talking about how many coaching openings there'll be.
What was your count?
I think I'm going to be at 5, unless I miss someone. But yeah, Lions, Falcons, Houston. Oh, I don't know if I said Houston. Lions, Falcons, Houston, Jets, Chargers, and
mystery team.
Who the fuck am I missing? Someone will just say it.
Jags. Yeah, it was the Jags. I mean, we're assuming Marone gets fired, but that's like 90%.
That's not 100%. I wouldn't think.
Yeah, it's high though. It's high. I mean,
I think Fangio keeps his job likely.
Fangio made the playoffs. Are you kidding? Bring him back. Bring Trubisky back. Let's run it back. These guys made the playoffs.
Fangio, not Nagy. Fangio.
Cowboys ought to. Yeah.
I think it's a bad match.
Excuse me, Fangio. Yeah. Oh, I've seen.
Yeah, I think. Well, you're thinking Bears, but I think it's a bad match up there. Like they should bring in somebody offensive and get their quarterback situation squared away. I think Zimmer should probably find a new job as well. But here we are.
Clint Kingsbury should. Boy, I mean, Carolina's in a tough spot. They're going to lose Joe Brady? Probably. That seems like they might be better off with Brady than Rule long term. But what do I know?
What are you going to do? Fire your coach?
Really bad now because the door is wide freaking open. Washington football team and Philadelphia Eagles are playing a very competitive game of football. It is 17-14 right now. Washington put together a very competent drive to take the lead going into halftime. Alex Smith is a very competent quarterback. It's refreshing to see competent quarterback play in the league nowadays, especially from a backup. I would give lots of credit to Alex Smith for even being out there, let alone playing at this level. Do you think Washington football team holds on for the victory? And do you have any reservations about how Philadelphia has been moving the ball? Jalen Hurts looks squirrely. He's fast. Oh, you like that?
He's very fast.
My color blocking going on. Somebody called me out. I was like, "Oh, you got some nice color blocking." I was like, "What in the fuck are you talking about?" But I
thought it was like a Joseph and an amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Hurts is playing very well. He's so squirrely and so elusive, and he's using the aggressiveness of the D-line for the Washington football team against them. It's impressive to watch.
We talked about off air. They are so aggressive around the edge. If you lose contain up the middle, suddenly he's just trotting into the end zone. We'll see if that's something they can. That would be the first thing I would absolutely do, is try to identify how can we maintain contain. Like, we need to be aggressive. We have Sweat and Chase, and it's great. What they've done is amazing. But it doesn't matter how fast they get around the corner if we lose contain up the middle or the pocket collapses funny. Schwartz won't like that, no. Coach, or who's the guy who said you can't call Nick Saban Nick? That one's funny too.
Yeah, that was funny. Or
the bean guy, Jesus. Glad I taught my kids how to use a can opener. Maintain,
contain. Okay. The second half angle to bet here, we're seeing Washington -3. They're giving us -101 on that. Over under is 23 points. That's juice to the under, which makes sense. Does it though? I'm wearing Washington football team colors. That's true. That's a great call.
All right, you bet. I mean, just let's put it all over the table here. You bet this under.
Football team. Oh yeah, the under's dead.
I know, but you bet this under. Talk about your handicap and why you bet this under. And do you think you were just dead wrong, or we could be looking at a second half under?
Well, I didn't expect Terry McLaurin to be out there. I didn't expect any kind of response from the Eagles after going down. The turnover, Jalen Hurts made he made a sloppy turnover early. Gave the Washington football team a short field. They get a quick field goal. Washington football team is running the clock. It is not running the clock the way they usually do. They're actually playing with a little bit of pace, a little bit of intensity. Yeah. I didn't expect that. The entire game state isn't really what I expected.
Well, and that's where I was going. I've struggled throughout the year. We're at the season finale here. I've struggled throughout the year to convince you to create Polish medals because of what you bet pregame. And I always try to, and it's hard for us both when we bet a game.
I've written off my under. I know. That's what it wasn't a very meaningful play. Well, anyway,
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying we've both done this where if we bet a game pre-flop, we struggle a little to actually see what's going on, and we miss out on stuff. And I've done it too. It's not just me, or not just you. It's both of us. So I'm saying because I think the Philly offense is liver than we thought.
Yeah, I think they're going to get another
weapons in for Washington.
They'll get another touchdown. They'll get another 7 in here. And the question is, does Washington also get, do they get 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, because I'm half leaning towards selling a couple points up to like 23.5.
Or just play over 23 at plus 105. You want the under. You want the under. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm thinking just scores. Like I'm fine with the over here.
Yeah, I think the over is the right look.
And that's where that long diatribe
seems bettable. Oh, okay. I didn't understand what you were saying. Selling points. So you want an even better price on over 23.5, huh? I'm fine with 23. I'm fine with 23. You could get a weird something stupid go for 2 situation. I think the over is the right look, man.
Yeah. Oh, good. Then we're in agreement.
Okay. Where's the best price then? Do you see better than 23 plus 105?
I would think.
What does WinBet have for us? Let's look at what WinBet has for us.
I can get a 23 plus 05. That's where I'm at today.
All right. Let's do that.
We'll grade it on 22 because that's the market number, I think. Even though that's not what we're betting. By graded, I mean maybe I'll keep up with the spreadsheet. I forgot about that.
We need the full game total to get to 55 points. What's the final score that gets us to 55 points in the full game? 31.
55.
31 to 24. 10 points for the Eagles. 14 points for the Cowboys. No, excuse 14 points for the Washington football team. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Okay. All right, let's do it. I'm in. Are you worried about Jalen Reagor out with a heady? Out with a head?
Oh, with a head?
No, you're not worried?
It doesn't help, certainly. But
you beat me.
I mean, he's been spreading the ball around. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at the old box score. He has thrown the ball to Arcega-Whiteside, Fulham. Only 1 target to Reagor, and obviously, he got hurt. So that Ertz 4 times, 2 targets to Scott, 1 to Ward, and 1 to Quez Watkins, who I have.
Sure. He got a touch. He was a first touchdown scorer earlier this season. You remember that? Remember when people were all freaking out about that?
I mix him up with the guy in Detroit.
I can't know which one.
His name either, but I don't know. He is spreading the ball.
I don't know which one you're possibly talking about.
Yeah, somebody will say it. There's a guy in Detroit who has a similar name.
Hey, it's worth noting that
Cephas,
the only sack in this game for Washington football team was by Chase Young.
Chase Young, defensive
rookie of the year.
Here it is, Quintez Cephas. That's why.
Wow.
Thank you guys,
dude.
As always, a
that's a deep dive. Right? That's a deep roster deep dive.
Yeah, the Falcons are interviewing a few people. They have a nice list put together, kind of the same list everyone, the same wish list. Eric sleeping with Bieniemy.
Let's save this. Let's save it for overtime. I want to talk coaching in overtime. A couple other thoughts here for Washington football team Eagles. Hurts is playing hard, which I like. He's got the spirit, he's got the spunk that he had a couple of weeks ago going up against like the Arizona Cardinals. That was a lot of fun. Similarly, I like the fact that he's got a feel for the pressure, right? The fact the pocket's breaking down and he knows what to do. I like that. I don't know. I like, your point of Washington can adjust and do a better job containing. That's fine, but their secondary is not good enough to maintain coverage that long. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The secondary is getting picked apart, and the Philly defense is as bad as they looked once we saw. Oh, that was the other thing. That was the other thing about my pregame under that was dead on arrival is that
the amount of players that sat out for Philly on defense. Yeah, not great.
Yeah, they had 4 more guys get on COVID list / get rested that we weren't expecting. So it just all broke against me in terms of who was available here. So yeah, it was. It's not good. It's not good. Washington's going to get theirs.
And Ward did throw a pass too.
That's true. He used to be a quarterback. I think he was a college quarterback. Wasn't Greg Ward Sr. a college quarterback?
Yeah. Houston.
Was he?
One of those.
Greg Ward Jr. Excuse me.
One of those targets wasn't from our guy Jalen Hurts, but it'll be UH, go Cougars. I believe campus might be closer to Katy, Texas. Texas guys will have to fill me in on that. There's a college near Katy, one of the little ones, maybe. Not close to Katy. Geography's just shit this year. I don't know anything. Tell me which college is over there then. Cougs, but yes, he was a quarterback. We've talked about the pass rush for Washington and how scary they are. And, that's a big thing we've talked about all year, but maybe the point that gets missed is the secondary isn't great. Maybe it is Houston Baptist. Thank you, TKE. We're in overtime if you want to hit it, Drew. But yeah, the secondary isn't great. And we've seen that it's not like you put up a bunch of passing yards, but even when he gets loose, he's going for chunks.
I don't see Houston Baptist in Katy, Texas. I see Houston Community College System, HCC Northwest College, operates the Katy campus in Harris County. The Bible Seminary offers non-denominational college-level Bible study. Is that what you were thinking of?
Maybe it's the arena is near. See, I think if you go to Houston Baptist, the arena's down near Brayburn, Sugarland, kind of that area. But I'm looking at a map now, but it's not far. It's right up right up Interstate 69 from the Sugarland Costco. Anyway,
my God. Okay. All right. Let's talk overtime.
Yeah, Texas is a big damn place.
So here's the thing. Here's the funny thing about the coaching carousel. There are about 12 teams that realistically need to upgrade their staffs to have a chance to compete next year. 12, at least 12, right? We know you counted 5, 6 openings. We'll say 6. Let's say there's 6, right? Was it Jags, Jets? God, there's a lot of really bad teams that are sticking with their guys, huh? Jags, Jets, Texans, Lions, Falcons, and presumably the Chargers, right?
Yeah.
There's another 6 teams that are not going to upgrade their coaching that ought to, but their candidate pool seems super, super, super thin, right? But if we've learned anything, like you really shouldn't let the fact that there aren't a bunch of good candidates dissuade you from trying to upgrade your coaching staff if you know the guy you have isn't the guy. And we've seen a lot of evidence that guys like McCarthy isn't the guy, and you don't want to waste the prime of all this, young wide receiver talent you have. You don't want to waste, a year of Dak on whatever contract you sign him to, finding out that for sure McCarthy's not the guy, right?
Yeah, but I mean, we can say that, and it's all fine and good. We're likely right, but teams just don't do that. Like, there's too many times they just, and then there's a delicate balance between that, like sticking with a team, sticking with a guy, what have you. God, Alex Smith has gotten sacked too many times. How many sacks do you think we've had in this game total? Only 4.
I know there's been 1 for Washington football team. I was going to guess 3 for.
Yeah, it feels like that might be the 5th.
Was there another sack? There was another sack on the first drive.
Yeah.
3rd and 3. No, it's 3rd. Oh, it is 4th down. Damn.
Yeah, he got sacked on 3rd.
I hate to see that. So I mean, like, realistically, like, do you think outside of the box at all here in your coaching hires? Are you going for the college ranks? Do you get the love for a guy like who's the old Ohio State Florida coach who's being
Urban Meyer? I don't know.
Yeah, do you get the love for Urban Meyer? PJ Fleck, you brought that up on the pod last week. That his agent was floating.
A decent, a news source tweeted that out. Said like PJ Fleck was getting looked at. It's like, I guess it's thinking outside the box, and maybe they have some unique ideas. And I'd sure like that over some of the who Caldwell getting an interview. Like, he's not a good coach. Somebody asked this too in the chat before.
I don't know about Caldwell.
Too deep into coaching.
Caldwell overachieved considering he was the Lions head coach and they were in the mix for the playoffs, right?
Marvin Lewis too. Actually, I didn't hate the Marvin Lewis thing. I had a theory on him. Anyway, totals for the 5 games that are up. We didn't really have totals when we did the Sunday thing. You want to touch on those real quick?
Yeah. Before we move off the coaches, though, really, what is the best job? What's the ideal job of those 6?
Of those openings?
Yeah.
I mean, having Deshaun Watson would be nice, but the fact that the GM and ownership is a mess, that takes away from that. The Jets' job is the roster has a few nice pieces. They have a couple nice receivers. You have a good draft pick, but I don't know about that ownership group, and that's a lot. That's a lot to handle, the New York media and all that jazz. The Jags, I guess no state sales tax. I'd say probably LA. There's no fans. Yeah, there's no fans to really get on your
Herbert
ass.
looks like the real.
You got
real
Herbert.
Fucking deal.
You've got some good receivers. You've got good defensive. You got Derwin coming back. You got Joey getting the offseason to get healthy. Like, I would say, and a bunch of people in the chat said Chargers, I think.
Yeah, Chargers.
Houston. I mean, Houston's owner is pure shit. Like, having a bad owner, it's not good. So,
dude, who is the Houston owner? It's like a family conglomerate now. The guy died, right?
I would think the Chargers and then maybe Jacksonville, because
Dean Spanos isn't anything to write home about anyway, right?
You have such low expectations in Jacksonville, like with that roster. Like, you could get 3 years of just fucking around.
Yeah. McNair died. I guess it's Cal McNair is now in charge.
The kids or something.
Yeah, I don't know if he's proven to be a pure shit, but we'll give him
pure steer shit. It's Texas.
A name like Cal out of Houston, I have reservations, is all I can tell you. There's a couple red flags there. Cal from Houston, Texas, there's some red flags I have to say.
The Jags thing is, man, it sucks you don't have a quarterback. I think the Chargers job is the best job because you start with a young, good quarterback. Like, that's such an easy thing to build around. If you get somebody smart, an offensive mind, and they take Herbert to the – if this is what Herbert's looks like with that coaching staff, imagine if he were in Carolina instead, or, with – I mean, either some of the other guys on the coast,
just a good head
McVay or Shanny. It's one of the good young offensive minds, or Kansas City, God forsake, but it's really something what he's been able to do even under the Lynn era. So –
yeah. Okay. So what are these playoff totals? Anything pop for you?
I mean, the Rams Seahawks 42.5. Again, good call.
What kind of bets are we taking on these, by the way? Anything noteworthy?
Wolford, what do you mean? Do you want bet size? They're taking 500 on these. 1,000 on everything but the Rams. So the Rams must open later again. Colts Bills is 52.5. The Titans Ravens is only 54.5. Chargers Bears 47.5, and the Browns Steelers is 47.
My fares were low on all of these, except for the Steelers was on the numbers. My Colts Bills fare was 48.5. My Ravens Titans fare was 51. Am I going to be playing overs? You know what? That was a disastrous drive. The Eagles really just they've settled into an under game. God damn it. We got screwed on the second half over.
We mixed it up. It was first half under, second half over, or whatever.
Vice versa. Yeah.
Vice versa.
Yeah, I think
just need we need Washington to score to.
I think the second half play is pure shit.
Pure shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are hard.
I love Texans. I was just making a joke because we have a very good friend named Cal who's from Houston, and I don't think he's the Texans owner. He's more of an Astros guy. So
he's in the oil industry.
He likes the Texans, but he is in the Yeah, he is in the
Here's the best part. Polish middle, like it's gonna land. What was your over or what was your under?
43. Oh, for sure it is. Oh, for sure. For sure. It's gonna land 44. Yeah, 44.
They're thinking 11-point middle.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Yeah, for sure.
To be fair, they've only used 4 minutes up. This overtime, they haven't sucked up a lot of time on those two drives.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We needed a Philly score to keep Washington aggressive, and they didn't do it.
I think Washington really doesn't need to score on this drive.
No, Washington can play safe and milk clock and make 2 first downs and then punt. And then the next thing you know, it's the fourth quarter and we have 0 points. I think that's how this goes now. Live total is probably crashing. Is it 47? I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, that's a huge adjustment. Live total is probably 51-ish.
50.5.
50.5, yeah. That makes sense. It should probably be a little lower, honestly. It's juiced to the under. That makes sense.
Okay. Do you want to talk quick? So we did this on the Sunday stream, and then we, fucking 10 minutes later, it came out. So Saturday noon game, did you look at this yet? Do you know who's in what spot?
No, what's the order of
Indy
operation?
Buffalo is the Saturday noon game. They got put at the kids' table.
Why? That's
so then it goes Seattle Rams, and then the night game, regardless on NBC, will be Tampa Bay Washington or Tampa Bay Giants. The other noon game is Baltimore Tennessee.
Okay, all right. What is the scheduling? This is terrible scheduling.
Really
terrible,
awful.
Terrible scheduling.
The only thing that makes sense is the Bears are on Nickelodeon. The Bears Chicago is the 4:40 game on Sunday, and the Bears will be on Nickelodeon.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
That part makes sense. And then Cleveland Pittsburgh to close the weekend down. Can you imagine if that's a bad game? If it's like Baker throwing picks and Ben throwing it into the ground and watching Deontay drop it, and it's like 13-8 Browns at the end of that game.
All right, here's the $1 million question. Do you have the stones to take the points with the Washington football team in primetime against Brady, who has been so bad in primetime all season long? Mitch, you can't do that on
That's a throwback.
If Mitch
I used to watch that.
Yeah. I would like to see, we're going to see Drew Brees and Mitch Trubisky battle it out for a piece of the aggro crag.
I know we were talking old. We were talking old. Oh, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Nickelodeon.
I don't remember.
Super Sloppy Double Dare.
I don't remember which one was that. What was the aggro crag? But I knew a guy in college who
Reed's not happy about playing for the Bears. Although Christine Taylor, Mrs. Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller. I think they're divorced.
She was on Hey Dude. She was the cute girl on Hey Dude. Buddy.
That's your girl.
Buddy.
That's your girl, huh?
First crush.
She and Ben Stiller got separated in 2017, so you still got a chance.
I didn't know they divorced. Melody. Yeah, so maybe those two crazy kids will still get back together. Another 3-0, good.
Maybe. Yeah, this is not going well for the over. Okay, so I don't really. I guess going back to my question, are we prepared to take the NFC East in the points against Tom Brady in primetime? That's the key question. Brady's been really. I don't know. He's been.
But it's the playoffs.
The Bucs have been really, really bad. I mean, if it's against Alex Smith is running capable offense right now. Why can't he score 17 points? I mean, Brady struggles when you're getting pressure on him. He struggles against the Giants. If Philly comes back and wins, is this a Brady versus the Giants and flashbacks of nightmares of Super Bowl ghost past?
You remember Doug?
Is he going to see ghosts out there? Yeah. What are you talking about? Nickelodeon shows?
I'm still stuck on that. I love Doug.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's Washington, I would take the points. If it's New York, I might not. If that makes sense. I think that doesn't make sense, does it? I don't know. We'll see. How did you feel?
10 points either way. 10 points, maybe more.
How did you feel about Mr. What's his face's hamstring?
I didn't really see much of that game. I was learning from you that was a potential problem. Patty Mayonnaise. Andy also had a crush on Patty Mayonnaise and Melody from Hey Dude, I'm sure. I'm sure.
There were so many good shows.
There was a female on Nickelodeon. Andy had a crush on her. I can pretty much promise.
Basically. Well, Hey Dude went right into Salute Your Shorts. I'm trying to think of the cute girl on Salute Your Shorts now.
Yeah. I'm sure it was somebody cool. I gotta look up Salute Your Shorts now. All right. Yes. The live side has swung heavily in favor of Philadelphia. They think Philly's going to score in this drive.
I might have
Boston Scott running amok.
Nice. And maybe a little something called Clarissa Explains It All. She wasn't hot, but I mean, I would have out of respect.
I like this. Okay. So no totals popping for you?
Nothing crazy, I guess. I could be talked into a Colts Bills over. The Bills defense is not, all it's cracked up to be against a competent offense, especially a competent offense with a good head coach and a veteran quarterback. And the Bills offense is just fucking clicking. And the Colts defense is not what it was early in the season. I mean, it's one of the higher totals for a reason. What do you make your fair on that? What's your fair total on that?
Sorry, 48.5. 48.5.
On the Colts game?
Yeah. I'm under big time.
We are in disagreement on that.
Yeah. I told you I'm under big time on all of those, except for Steelers. I'm on the nails. These are all juiced to the over.
Yeah,
to me.
that is the tough part. Rivers outdoors in the cold.
Rams Seahawks is also on the nails. 42.5 is nails. As far as I can tell you, I thought that might 43, 40. I'm thinking maybe they would open a 43, but that's on the nails. Yeah. What
do you think about Baltimore scoring 30? Their team total is going to be like 28.5.
Realistically, I don't see why not. The Tennessee defense is so exploitable. And I mean, what did they score against them last time? 31? Well, what did they score against them in season? And this was when they weren't using the good plays. They scored.
I think they're only at 24. I thought it went to high. I thought it went to overtime at 24 or something.
It did. That was a weird one. So they were up 21-13. They were up 21-10 not long into the second half, and they kind of ran out of steam down the stretch. I can't remember exactly what happened in that game. Dobbins never really got going. Hollywood Brown was targeted, Marquise Brown was targeted 3 times, 0 catches.
See, and like Indy might never get close to covering, but it might still be where they put up 20. And it's all you need.
Sure. Yeah, 31-20. No, you need 34.
Yeah, 35.
33.
I think.
Yeah.
33 is a weird one.
Philly's driving. They're going to score a touchdown, and they're going to eat like half of this quarter.
Buffalo fit. Well, this is the 4th drive of the quarter, Drew.
Yeah, that's true.
Buffalo Indy 56-26 was Scorigami. So congratulations to Scorigami enthusiasts everywhere.
There was so many Scorigamis this year.
It was a high Scorigami year. We'll probably have to do a full episode recap on that. So we're not fading Buffalo. I don't know if I can fade Buffalo the way the offense is clicking.
Why would we be fading them?
I mean,
Josh Allen got his feet wet in the playoffs last year.
He fixed his shit.
Yeah, he got his feet wet in the playoffs last year. He got a little dose of what it means to be in a playoff atmosphere.
Love Super Bowl boxes.
Which totals are going to move up?
That's why I hated the Rams Super Bowl so much, because most of the boxes we pay on score changes. So they say $5,000 of the entire pot is split up amongst all the score changes. So you don't get chances at score changes when it ends up 13-3.
The only total I could see moving up, to answer that question. Oh, it was a joke. Okay. Thanks, Jonathan. The only total I could see moving up is Pittsburgh and up a hair. I think the rest of these are going to go down. I think there's going to be under pressure on these markets. I'm
going to pull my hair out.
We're not. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Are we going to need a 12-point overtime? I hate to end the year on a low note. That's no fun.
I know. It's not great. The game didn't break right in the first couple drives.
No, it's all about those first couple drives. We let you down.
Yeah.
Penalty. Yeah, they took a delay game here. So, all right, I'm going to go to bed.
They're going to punt? Really? Wow. Punt. Not great.
A punt at the 40 is not helpful. Points. I hope you know what? I'm cheering against the bet now. I hope you get your full game under.
What do you think the live reopens once they punt?
Like 44?
Safety's in play. They're probably going to pin them.
It's a touchback.
Is it really? That's the worst. Was it really?
Yeah.
It was a touchback? Even after they took the delay of game, they punted a touchback? Dude, the punters have been absolutely... Oh, what an awful...
you were at the 35 before the penalty.
My God.
It wasn't a good trade-off.
Congratulations, netting 15 yards. Holy shit.
Bob.
Holy shit. All right, man. Well, sorry we ended the year on a loser at halftime.
Yeah, you know what? We'll do some playoff halftimes.
You know what? You want to do all 6 next week? What do you think?
That's aggressive, but I think we could. We might have to let the chat pick out the play. We can't hit anything.
That's not a crazy idea. People are smart in the chat.
Yeah, right, I mean, I'll be watching them. I'm fine doing them. I told the wife not to plan on seeing me these next few weekends. Although we are going to go bi-week ski trip. And not even a trip. Well, because I want to teach the kids how to ski. So I'm not spending money to take them to a good resort. Like Bunny Hill's Bunny Hill.
You take them to a good resort, you put them in ski school, and you get to ski whatever you want to ski. That's how that works.
I know. I'm not letting some hooligan teach my kid. They will learn the Molitor system.
What's the Molitor system? How does that go?
I don't know. I learned pizza
pie.
I learned on a school trip. We went skiing, and they gave us like 10 minutes with this instructor, and then they're like, "Just go have at it now, kids." And we were ripping. A lot of us took to it pretty quick. It's not hard to ski. Like, it's just balance and learning how to turn quick. But when you're that age, they don't give you poles, so you don't know. It's like the Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands. But yeah, you pizza cutter, and then you
cutter. Pizza slice.
Pizza slice.
Pizza slice.
Whatever.
Okay, thank you. Yeah,
and then
you.
Just
pizza cutter is a wheel. You get one in a wheel. Is that how that works?
Yeah, and where I'm going, this, like, they call them black diamonds, but they're not. Like, it's Minnesota. There's no huge hills here.
Oh, you're going local. Okay. Yeah. All right.
I don't want to go anywhere far. My mom lives pretty close to one. We'll go visit some family.
I'm gonna put this guy in time. Oh, you can't because he's on Periscope. You can only time out people that are on YouTube.
It's a smaller system.
All right.
Yeah, we don't have double black diamonds in Minnesota. They just don't have steep enough hills. And we'll make it out to Colorado. I got to sign up for WinBets.
Well, I'll talk to you Wednesday. Let's regroup. What was that in reference to, I wonder? Do you know? I know we're in a pandemic. Oh, because you have to fly probably. Yeah, that's a good point. You don't want to get your kids sick on the plane.